So what we are going to have to do is increase our thrust to weight ratio, and I have an interesting way that we might be able to do that. It's risky, but what's Kerbal without a bit of risk? Let's have 4 of these, and we'll attach them to, say, whoops, to there. Yeah, see, it is too heavy, but I want this big fuel tank to get up there. So actually, I need more thrust. And these guys, these guys could be the guys to give it to me. These are the new, stupidly overpowered NASA rocket parts, and I've attached them wonky. So let's make sure we attach them in the center. There we go. Now that must improve our thrust to weight ratio. 1.19. Wow, it doesn't improve our thrust to weight ratio, it just gives us more fuel. Right. Let's have all 4 of these down on our main launch stage. Now, our center tank, I am going to... I'll tell you what I could do. When do these want to stage off? These want to be... Oh wow, this is going to be really tricky, isn't it? Because these are going to last forever. What if I... go for this. Now these feed into here. What if I have these? Can I have these feed that too? So then we'll stage that off. Then the next stage will be that coming off. Wow, this is tricky. So we'll stage that off, and then the next will be that one. Oof. Crazy Rockets 101 with El Bristow on a Friday night. So this is going to be the Bossa Nova 2. More power! Save it. Let's check who our astronauts are. Yep, put the wrong people in again. Right, this time I'm going to put all 3 straight in there. And we're going to save that and we're going to go out to the launch pad. I've not really played around with them enough to risk that, unfortunately. Oh dear. However, they do need to be attached a bit better. They clearly need some struts. So let's go back to the vehicle assembly building, and we'll add some struts to these, because we can't have them flopping around like that now, can we? Now, what engines do we use on here? See, I think we only used the little ones on there as well, didn't we? What are they? LVT45. Yeah, we didn't use the 30s, so that will give us some more thrust as well. There we go. I think these have got thrust vectoring on them, so a thrust to weight now should be a lot better. Oh, look at that, 2.89. That's plenty. Right, so let's get some struts on here. Oops, come on. Get out of the way. Let's go for... These are going to need a couple, I would have thought, up here. I'm wondering if we should have one down the bottom here as well. And I think that should be okay for there. That should hold that. Let's see if that's enough. Let's save it and launch it. Yep. Okay, yep. It's going to work. It's going to work, guys. This is going to work. Hide the flight recorder. Remind me to tell the guys at Kerbal EDU that they needs to remember whether you want to show or hide the flight recorder. Maybe the guys... Oh, look at it. It's still... It's broken the struts. Goodness me. Right, okay. Revert flight, revert to vehicle assembly, more struts. This thing really needs to be held up. In fact, we might need some launch stabilizers on these as well. Go away. Right. So where else can we attach to? Let's go something like there to there. Oh, that's why we're only doing on one tank. This will help. One like that. One like that. We might as well do these ones anyway. One like that. One like that. Something like that. That should be okay. And we'll get some launch stabilizers. Come on. There we go. Make sure we can still see the flag. And they need to be down here because we don't want to be holding on to those while everything else takes off. Right, let's get this thing in the air. This is a very heavy payload because we're hoping to actually have the entire centre tank as our payload, so we can kind of understand how difficult this is to get into orbit. How are we looking? A little bit bouncy, but they are not coming off. I think we have... Oh, there's Nightbot. I think we have a vehicle that is ready for launch, and it looks absolutely stunning. I love it. Let's get a screenshot. Couple more screenshots. Okay. So, I think this one is ready for a launch. SAS on, throttle up. We'll go with 100% this time and see how the launch speed goes. Oh, we've got Bill, Bob and Jeb in the pilot seat. Arrgh! Revert flight to the vehicle. Oh, actually, did they do it? No, they didn't do it so you can change them in the air. Revert to the vehicle assembly. We've got to change the pilots. We'll get this launched in a sec, guys, don't worry. Whoa, nice close-up view there. Come on, zoom out. Right, pilots. Not Jeb, not Bill, not Bob. Yes, Hudzor, Durfrid and Barfel. Save and launch again. Okay, so we are back out on the launch pad, finally, with the Bossa Nova 2, with all the right fuel tanks attached, with all the right engines attached, with all the struts attached, and with all the right people in the right seats. So I think we are finally ready to throw this thing into space. SAS on, throttle up to 100%. Out to the map to take a look at where our space center has gone, our space station has gone rather. Let's speed up time to bring our space station around. That's possibly a little bit late, but never mind. We will go with the launch anyway, and then we can adjust it later. Oh, and it's a light! Yay! Right, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be an adventurous launch, and we are ready for that launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Yeah, that's fast. Let's bring our throttle down a bit. That's better. This is really taking off. Okay, not really sure what's going on with the fuel. It would appear that this is burning this fuel first. Which means that's going to burn out first, which means we need to bring this down. So I've obviously done that fuel linkage wrong. But that's not a bad thing. We are at 2,300, 2,500 metres already. These things have still got half their tanks full. Look at that lovely blue flame, that blue and purple flame coming off these new engines. Really like these engines. Oh look! Are those engines even firing in the middle? We don't have any engines in the middle. What's going on there? And they haven't fired. Oh my goodness. And this thing, and this thing's still taking off. What is going on? This is crazy. We've got up to 7,000 metres without even using our centred fuel tanks. Ah, there they go. Okay. Detach them. Drop away nicely, please. Good. Now, we've got two engines. Let's start doing a bit of a gravity turn here, I think. Something clearly went wrong with our building process there. In fact, I think we're just going to abort this launch. I think this is ridiculous. We can't launch like this. Let's see. Where are we? Let's detach. Let's decouple that. There we go. Jump through all these stages. There we go. Separate us a bit from that engine. There we go. We'll let that just drop down into the sea, or whatever that is down there. The land, perhaps. That's going to make a nice big explosion. Let's get the parachutes out. Okay. Yeah, that was a really expensive rocket to take up to 15,000 metres. Look, it's all landing on land as well. Oh dear. Right, let's bring us down. I don't know what they are there. We survived there. But there we go. Let's bring this thing down to the ground. and we will fix those engines and give this another launch. However, that does tell us that we don't actually need those center engines at the initial launch, which is crazy. But no, not revert. I can't revert. I'm not allowed to revert. Let's recover the vessel. Absolutely crazy. So just those outer things are capable of pushing that thing up to 10,000 meters. We could actually get quite a lot of fuel up to the space station at this rate. So back to the vehicle assembly building. Let's reload that vehicle and fix those engines, and we'll give this another go. Yeah. So let's no, undo that. Put them back. Come on. There we go. And that's what I want. There we go. Right. So all those engines are now not all in place. Why not? There we go. Wow, okay. What's our thrust to weight ratio going to be now? 2.51. So, the staging might actually work as expected this time round. Let's hide that and just check that we've got all our, yeah, see, all our engines are firing up here. We don't want that. So let's bring all of these down. Everything fires at once. That's the way to do it. Having said that, I'm tempted not to fire. Oops, come on. Not to fire the centre rocket. If we don't need to. And that will mean that this fuel lasts a bit longer, makes it easier for us to stage it. What's that one? That is that engine up there, so that's okay. What do we think? No, I'll stick with how we are. We'll fire all the engines at once, unlock everything at once, but we will fire with a much lower thrust. So this is going to be Bossa Nova 3, more power, and a full complement of engines. Save. Check the staff. Oh look, the wrong people are in the pilot seats. Hudzor, Durfred, Barfel. Save again. And out to the launch pad for the third time. Well, not the third time. Third rocket. Was this like the 6th time we sent this thing out to the launch pad? Okay. So we are back out on the launch pad again with the Bossa Nova 3 and with Durfred, Hudzor and Barfel in their relative pilot seats. SAS on, throttle up. I'm going to keep the throttle relatively low this time. I'm going to go for about there on this occasion, and we'll see how that does for our acceleration G-force. It won't go right on that line. I want it on the line. Now let's get our space station back in the right place again. Speeding up time. It means it's going to probably be like a midday launch this time, which will be novel. Let's go for about there, I think. We left it a bit late last time, so here we go. Back to the launch pad. Everybody's ready. Our SAS is on, our throttle is up. We are ready for launch with the Bussanova 3 headed to restock our space station eventually in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making lots of the right noises. We're heading in the right direction and our speed is looking good. Just going to nudge the throttle up. Come on, nudge the throttle up. There we go. Just a little bit to improve our acceleration G-force. Come on. There we go. Looking good. How are these tanks doing? These are probably... Same as last time, they are burning. Not nearly as fast as I had thought they would. This is going to burn out first. So again, we do need to move our staging around slightly. Mid-flight. There we go. And then that will burn out very soon after, I imagine. We're at 3,500 meters. That's at like a third of a tank. That's at like a third of a tank. Okay, maybe that one will burn out first. This is really hard to judge. It's going to be close. It might actually be both at the same time. We are up at 6,500 meters already, so that's a good start. And we have a decent speed at this point as well. Yeah, they're going to be going at roughly the same time. And that's going to be at roughly 10,000 meters too. So here we go, ready? They detach. They detach. Throttle up to 100% and we are gravity turning. Wow, lots of strange noises that made on their way down. I don't know what that was all about. It's all now burning nicely. Fast on this gravity turn, let's slow this down a little bit. Dear, I've not got a lot of control over this rocket. To stage 9. There they go. Actually, this gravity turn has gone very well. And again, some weird noise as that staged off, so I don't know what that is all made of. We are looking good. It's emptying now, this one. I'm going to stage this off and then we will check our map. Because I've got a feeling that we are already pushing our apoapsis pretty high. Coming up at 30,000 meters. Off that goes. Let's have a look at our map. Our apoapsis is at 36,000 meters. Okay, so we're okay for the moment. The next tanks stage off. We want to be probably coming up at 70,000, which looks like we could be actually. This is going quite well this time. Oh, there's a fly. Right, getting ready to stage these off. There they go. Where are we now? 55,000. Not terrible, not terrible. Come on, let's get this. Yeah, we're doing okay, we're doing okay. Come on, get outside of 70,000. Get to like 75 and then we can... There we go. We'll cut our engines there. See how the fuel is on this. Okay, so we're going to bring ourselves down. And we're going to have a little bit of thrust. In line with our prograde marker. Whoa, come on. Should have fitted a set of reaction wheels on this, some kind of SAS module. Yeah, there we go. Counteracting the actually, you know what? We do want to be pushing this high because we want to be going up to the space station. We want a higher altitude than this. There goes that. Let's see how high we can get this apoapsis. And we need to set this as our target. Let's see if we can just go straight to the space station. Yeah, 70% or so. Need to get up to 300,000 meters. I think our trajectory is pretty good, our orbital period, but we'll be able to adjust that soon once we get our apoapsis up. These are going to run out in a moment. We now have our most efficient engine, which is the Poodle engine, the Skipper engine, sorry. It's not the most efficient engine, the most efficient of the ones that we had in a vacuum. So let's see where this will get us. Unfortunately, it means we are using the fuel that we were sending up, but at least we're going to get there, and we're going to have a manned space station with resources. This is at 312 and going up at the moment. We are a little bit off with our orbital period, so we may not be able to just straight away rendezvous, but depends how far out we are. How far out are we? 1.2 degrees. Here we go. This is rendezvous markers. Cut the engines, come on. 13.8. Okay, I did that a little bit too far. Hopefully what I can do, let's let that rotate for a bit. We now have a descending node here before we reach it, so I can adjust it very, very slightly.